Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I'm coming at you with working in my Abandoned Places book. And you guys are like, what are you talking about? I did one of these on camera probably about 5 or 6 months ago. And I just haven't gotten back to this book, and I'll explain what I'm doing. Dee Dee Willingham, she taught all of us who watched her channel or on her Ustream how to do this type of artwork. I learned it like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. And then I do it doing decoupaging and paint mixing, which you guys have seen me do a lot of that. And then this is working in a book though, so it's like reverse collage is what it's called. So you start with the book and then you'll add some collage to the book page already. Okay, instead of starting with a blank page and adding collage and then doing paint with it. Okay, for some of you are going to be like, what are you talking about? So I'm going to explain. Okay, I have 3 of these books. So this book is already prepped and ready to go to show you how to do this project. So I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But this is the same book right here as this book here. I have 3 of them. I thought I had actually 4, but I have 3. So don't ask me how I ended up with 3 books. Because I'm crazy. Okay, so it's called Abandoned Places. I think they still have them online on Amazon or eBay. But I got 1 on eBay. 1 on eBay and 2 at Barnes & Noble's. So they may still have it. But they were clearancing it out when I bought it last year. And I think it was like $12, you guys, for this beautiful hardback book. It's Abandoned Places. And you guys, look at this book. It has gorgeous images. And so what we're going to do with these images is, like I said, is you decoupage on different little elements onto the page you choose. So I decoupaged on this beautiful horse, a butterfly on the horse, this watch piece. I don't know what the hell this is, but I thought it was cool. This is a little necklace piece, and this is a little watch. And then we're going to add paint to this whole thing too. And I'll talk about that in a second. But I want you to see this beautiful book. And a girl from It's Nana's Place, you guys have to check her channel out. She reminded me about this book, because I mean, I bought this book like a couple years, I don't know, I think a couple years ago, a year and a half ago. I bought these Abandoned Place books, and I worked in them, and I did only 1 on camera, but I've worked in them and done some stuff, but I just put them away and forgot about them. And they are, they're so yummy, and I'm so obsessed. I love the pictures in them. I love things that are aged and shabby and not taken care of. In a way. In a way, it's kind of sad. Okay, so anyway, look at this tree and this house. See, I'm not going to go through the whole book, but I just want to go through some of the yumminess of this. That's cool. There can be beauty in things that are like aged. There's also another book that's, I think that's cool right there. There's another one that's, ooh, this is neat. Love that. And with this technique, you can make little worlds in all those windows. Throw a big watch up here. Oh, I gotta do that page. I was just saying something and I forgot. Oh well. This stuff makes me crazy. Okay, this is the page originally that the one I'm doing right now looks like before I added the collage pieces on it. Isn't it so phenomenal, you guys? Like, it's some factory and it's all rusted out. Oh, I just love it. I love all this. I love that. That's cool too. I mean, and look at it. The windows are broke. It's rusted out. There's all kind of graffiti on it. I still think it's cool. And there's a cool technique using black paint that you start blocking out all this white. You can bring all these worlds together. So that'd be a fun page to do. Look at that rusted boat. Oh my goodness. I love it. You could add so much collage pieces in here, you know, and you could actually make this into water down here. That's what I probably would do. I love that. I got to do that page. I want to, this is my plan, is to do all these pages within this year. And I think that It's Nana's Place. I think that's her goal too. So I want to try to work on 1 page a week and just at least tape an hour of me working on it. This is cool. Love this. Love this. and try to get one done a week, if not one every 2 weeks, because I do a lot of things. I also have my, I'm doing all the Disney princesses, so I also have that project and too many others. So, love this rusted out car, everything. And I love the contrast of that rust with that blue, with that yellow here. That's a cool color combination. You know, that's a good color combination to write down. You know, I'm going to write that down, because I like to use that in a painting or in something I do. Rust, a mustard yellow, and a bright blue. That's a cool color combination. You guys do that. If you see color combinations that you like, write them down and then put them in, have some book that's dedicated, or some journal that's dedicated to color combinations. I have a little journal, one of my Jane Davenport Traveler's Notebooks that's dedicated to that. I'm loving this. I'm loving all of this. This would be really cool. Black all the white out with black. Start creating in these worlds. Fabulous. That is so cool right there. Ooh, I love the colors in it. So cool. Okay, I can go on and on with this darn book, but I can't. This is fabulous, you guys. So cool. I hate to know what that was originally. It looks a little spooky. Maybe it was just train tracks. This right here, I want to make it beautiful. I think it's so cool the way it looks. I really do. I love it. But this was sad. I read the story about this. This was a juvenile detention center. Is that just sad, you guys? That's just a lot of sadness. Children being locked up. I mean, I know they did some horrible things, but it's just their children. And to let children live like that, it's just, it almost makes me want to cry right now. Very sad. But I decided that I really want to work on this page and just make it beautiful to kind of honor the children that were in here. Even if they did something horrible, the fact they're children, they're little babies, you know? Anyway, that's how I feel about it. Love this. How cool is this, you guys? Okay, so you know what I need to do is I need to have a separate, oh my God, look at this one. I'm obsessed. I am just obsessed. I want to do this one too. Okay, I'm going to stop here, because what I'll do, and let me put a little piece of paper here. What I'll do is every time that I do one of these, I will go through the book a little further. That's what I'll do. So we're going to stop there. And the next time I do a page like this, I'll show you more of the book. So that's how we'll do that. Because I can just look at the darn book for like this whole 20, 30 minutes I have on this camera. Okay, so let me explain what I did here. I decoupaged on, you guys, you get these pieces from everywhere. If you see a newspaper and you have a cool print, look through magazines. The watches, I bought a magazine that is so cool if you guys want to order it. Let me see if I can get to it really quickly. Here it is. It's a watch magazine. You guys, it wasn't cheap. It cost me maybe $12, $10. Well worth it. It's this one right here. It cost me, I bought it on eBay or Amazon. I can't remember. It's called the Rob Reader. It's called the Rob Report Watch Collector. The Rob, wait a minute. The Rob Report, okay, that's what it is. Sorry. The Rob Report. The Rob Report Watch Collector. This is what it looks like. You guys, it's full of watches. So if you love timepieces and you love watches, see how cool? The whole thing is just filled with watches. I've cut so much out of this already. I need to start ordering another one because I've cut out so much watches. Look how cool. There's watch pieces, so you can add those kind of watch pieces in through here. Watches are also in a lot of magazines too, especially men's magazines. Okay, so I added this piece, I added this whole little door, this whole little doorway here, that watch there, the horse, which I got out of a newspaper from Pismo Beach, California, which I love. They always have in this one newspaper in Pismo, they always have the coolest horses on the front of there. So that's on there, a butterfly put on the horse, and then a watch down here. Now, when you glue all this on, you want to, oh, and that's a little necklace piece there. When you glue all this on, you want to use a product called Matte Medium. It's not cheap, it's expensive, it's like 10, 12 bucks. Use a coupon, Michael's Joann's. I don't care if you use Liquitex or the other brand. I use them both. But glue on the pieces with this, and then when you're done, give a good shellacking over the piece, and then take this stuff here and shellac everything, okay? It makes it a paintable surface. It also makes it a surface that if you don't like the way something is, you can wipe it off. Is that cool? So you don't have to have any commitment issues. Okay, so that's what I did there. This black here, there was white here, so I took some black paint and I just put that in there just to black that out. That'll turn into like some spacey type of stuff. Okay, so let's get started. Let me see how much time I have. I've been talking so damn much. Okay, good. I'm only talking 10 minutes. Okay, because we're at part 1 and part 2 of this. And wherever I end up is where I end up. And then the next time we come back on, I'll be starting a new piece, and I'll just show you the old piece of how it turned out, okay? The important thing is just, you know, just learning some of these techniques. And if it's something you want to do, you can start doing yourself. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Okay. The first thing I want to do is I'm taking, oh, and the paints I use are just cheapy acrylic paints that you get, like, I buy them at Michael's, especially when they have them $3 or $4. Walmart always has them for 50 cents, the Apple Barrels, so that's what I'm using, okay? I'm using metallics also in this one, and I get these metallics for only like $1 a bottle at Walmart. So, okay, here we go. These are gonna be little planets right here. Yeah, these are going to be little planets, but a lot of times I base my planets white, but because of the colors in here, and I'm going to use metallics, I'm going to use black as the base. Okay, so this is going to be its own little, this whole gold thing is going to be its own planet, and there's going to have little planets inside of that. I love all this gold and bronze colors. Very cool. So cool. Okay. God, you guys, I have to go to Dollar Tree. I am almost out of baby wipes. How can I even run out of baby wipes when they do mixed media? That's like a crime. Okay. Well, not a crime, but it's a crime to me. Okay, I'm going to also make this a planet down here. So I'm going to go ahead and take some black in here. So this watch face is going to be gone. It's going to be a planet. But I'm going to leave the rest of this because this is going to be like a little bridge, which I'm going to have little people going on my little bridge. And you guys are going to see that this stuff is totally doable because I'm going to do a lot of stuff with my fingers. And can't you do stuff with your fingers? Heck yeah, you can. Okay. Then I'm going to, and I love myself a pointed brush because you can do so much with a pointed brush. This brush and a liner brush, you guys. Love me a liner brush. Hobby Lobby, I'm going to fill these all these little spaces like here with black. Well, they're already black. Well, we're going to go over them a little bit more. Hobby Lobby had their cheaper paintbrushes, which are good for acrylics, and their more expensive brushes, like singularly, really cheap for like, I think I was buying them for $1.50 a piece, and I bought a bunch of those liner brushes for $1.50 a piece, and they're normally like $6 or $7. You guys, I bought tons of them. And I was looking for more of them at other hobby, because they're not cheap, you know. I was looking for more of them at other Hobby Lobbies, and the one close to my house on Rainbow was the only one that had those. When I went to the other Hobby Lobbies, I've never found them. Okay, so these are just little windows, and I'm taking these little windows and I'm painting them black, because these are going to be like, have like stars in them and stuff, so you'll see. Okay, I think that looks good. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to paint. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Never mind. You guys are like, okay, Angela. Change your mind then. Oh, that's what I meant to do. I meant to change the water in my jars before I got started, but I didn't. Oh, well. Okay, so, what I want to do next is, I want to do this right here. So let's dry that really quickly. And you guys, if I'm not paying attention and my camera switches off, you guys know, let's go to part 2. I try to pay attention to the time, but sometimes I get a little crazy because, you know, I'm getting into what I'm doing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take some of these metallic paints. These are Folk Arts metallic paints, which I really like their metallics. You don't have to use Folk Arts. You can use whatever the heck you have in your stash. But if you're looking for some, they're reasonably priced at Walmart. For the Folk Art. They also have Folk Art paint, which is really nice too. Acrylic paints. Okay, that really needed to be... Sorry, guys. That really needed to be shaken up. Okay. That's a nice gold. It's hard to find a nice gold. This one is, it says Emperor's Gold. That's a nice one. I think this is the crappy one. It's called Inca Gold. I think that one looks really horrible. I think. I'll tell you guys in a second. Let me see what this is. Oh, that's kind of the same color. Okay. This Inca Gold, let me just see. Maybe this is not. There's just some that are really horrible. Yeah, I don't think that, we'll see. We'll put it on there and we'll see how it works out. Okay, so we got those 3 right there. I thought there was one more. What is that? Royal Imperial. Are those different? Hopefully that gold right there is going to be okay. I think I have a bronze color right here. We're going to add that on here too. Yeah, we needed this bronze color. Okay. So as you can see, we got this bronze color here, or copper, bronze, and then gold. We're not going to use that gold. See, remember I told you that there's a gold that's not very good? That's it. And it's called, the one I hate, is called Inca Gold. You would think that that name would make it good, but it's not. Okay. Let's just remove that Inca Gold and the other color out of here. Okay. Let me just grab another napkin. Sorry, guys. This is real life creating right in front of you right now. Okay. So what we're going to do, let me make sure everything's in frame. I'm going to try to come in a little closer just so you guys can really see good. Up here at the top, I'm going to take with my finger just a little bit and just dab it. And then dab it here. Okay. And then dab a little bit of this copper. Okay. And then kind of just dab it around with your finger and mesh it around. That looks cool. There we go. And if you feel like you need a little bit more of any color, you can just play with it a little bit until you get a good meshing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab to all of these so we can get them done a little bit quicker. And I'm using my pinky. Seems like that's working better. A lot of times when I make these, I'll use white as my base. Like if I'm going to use, you know, like purples and things like that. But since I was using metallics, I thought, oh, black would show up better with metallics than the white. That would look really cool. So that's what I did. Okay. I'm going to add this in there now. And if you get outside the lines, you can clean up everything with a baby wipe. No major. Okay, so now I'm going to take my finger. Wait, first I'm going to put a little bit more gold right in the middle there. I like there needs to be more gold. Okay, take my finger and just kind of mesh things. So nothing's perfect. Okay, mesh here. Okay, and mesh here. And once you mesh, if you look at it and you think, oh, I want a little more gold, I want a little more silver, or something like that, then just add it in there, like I'm going to do right now. And you just kind of play until you get what you like. Okay. All right, I'm liking that. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. I want to do a little cleanup right here. Just going to do a little cleanup around here because I kind of got out of the circle a little bit, which is going to happen. But because you put that matte medium, you can take a baby wipe or a wet paper towel and just clean up. So, perfect. And do a little cleanup right there. Okay, so now what I want to do is let those, we're going to dry them. And that one right there, I want to make it a little bit more something. It's a little bit more gold needs to be added. There we go. It needs to be broken up a little bit more. And a little more copper needs to go in here. Cool. Okay. Very cool. Okay, you guys, we'll work until the camera turns off, and then when it does, just go to part 2 because it's about to turn off any minute. The time just goes so fast. Okay, I need a black pencil, which I usually have right here. Where is it? Here it is. I actually want a different black pencil. But sometimes beggars can't be choosers. Alright. I always try to prep as much as I can, and it still never seems to be enough. Okay, I'm using a Prismacolor pencil. Hopefully these are dry enough that I'm not going to get my hands anything. And I'm just going to take my pencil and just kind of go around this to kind of put a little bit of a little framing around it. This is new for me because normally I put a white framing around it.